Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan yielded a big stick last year, curbing perks for ministers and officials. But this time, it's he who will have to be disciplined. In an election year, government could be tempted to increase social spending, especially in light of service delivery protests. But the question is, where will the money come from if he loosens the purse strings? The economy is already growing at less than 2% and people are struggling to make ends meet, so raising taxes will be a very unpopular option, although he may target those near the top who currently pay 40% in tax. In 2008 and in 2012, South Africans received about 45 billion rand in tax relief. But the time for making hay is over because no major cuts are expected either, other than the usual bracket adjustments to deal with inflation. If he doesn't raise taxes, the country could wade further into debt, and rating agencies have warned against that. The gap between income and spending has been forecast at 4.1% of GDP or overall output. Government has repeatedly said that its debt is under control, but the weaker rand is raising the risks. So despite the heavy pressure to find more cash, Gohdan is likely to stick to spending plans. The Treasury ramped up spending in 2008 and 2009 in response to counter the effects of the financial crisis. But last year, in his mini-budget, Gohdan did not add to previously announced spending plans, so it's basically a case of steadying the ship.
Well, your wish list for Pravin Gordhan's budget speech has been coming through on Twitter. Let's take a look at some of those tweets today. Emmanuel saying increasing grants, shift more funds to infrastructure so we could improve access to services and more supply of food. Infrastructure, of course, crucial, and a lot of commentators looking for what he will say tomorrow. Kazmet has put pressures in place for economy to grow rapidly, as well as cutting unnecessary spending. He has indeed been trying to do that. Lungelwa, more funds for youth employment, that's echoed by Simanga. Ruralization as a new form of job creating, not only to boost our economy, but for sufficient food supply for our people. I don't know if that will happen, Simanga. The big trend at the moment is urbanization. Finally, Milestone, I would focus most of my money on the NSFAS, that's the student fund. Since they are broke, most of the students are going to drop out.